Okay, so welcome back. Today we're making a bamboo. I think we're going to call this one Bamboo Garden. It's a fragrance from Crafter's Choice called, it's a phthalate-free fragrance from Crafter's Choice called Bamboo, and this one's going to be all green with shades of green and just a little bit of white, but I'm just going to get this blended up. So this one is all green because this week, actually let's keep that on there. This week our youngest daughter, this is her official graduation week. But I'm gonna go ahead and add the fragrance oil. And this has kind of been weird, I know, for 2020 graduates, but it really hasn't changed anything for ours. I'm gonna blend this in. No worries. Anyway, she's graduating officially this week. And her favorite colors are green. So, and I've made a lot of earthy soaps, which are soaps that I personally like. And her and her father both prefer like clean, crisp kind of fragrances. So she really loves spearmint. That's one of her favorites, which is an essential oil, of course. All right, so 3 of those, and this will be for our white. And we're just gonna have, well, we need to cover the entire top. Let's do a little swirl. So a little bit of that over here. Try to work fast because this one is not behaving properly. It's being a bad soap, a bad fragrance oil. Gotta love it when things happen to you that have happened to no other soap, or at least no one who has actually written a review for this one. But anyway, so I decided to do this one today for her, so that in celebration of her graduation. And she's our last. We have 3. I homeschooled all 3 of them from kindergarten. The only times that they have literally ever stepped foot inside a public school was when they went to take their ACT tests. Which my youngest, she was actually supposed to take the ACT again because she wanted to try to increase her score just for her personal, because she actually doesn't need to increase it for anything, but it was just for her own. She just wanted to try to see if she could get it higher on a few things. But that was canceled because of the coronavirus. Oops, I forgot. I gotta add this is gonna be the main base is also going to be green, a lighter green, and then we'll have darker green accents throughout. At least that was the plan. We shall see how this actually works. And we'll get that in there with a whisk, so we don't have to use the stick blender and thicken it up even more. Trying to see if that was about the color I was looking for, and I think it is. Which this color is one I've been wanting to use. I got a sample of it with an order from Nurture Soap. It's new leaf green, the base, and then we have a Savage Garden from Nurture Soap. This one is Kelly Green Mica from Rustic Essentials, and this one is Enchanted Forest, also from Rustic Essentials. All right, so I'm gonna pour this one off. So over here, and then we'll get the white added in there last. All right, so we'll get this one in. We'll see if we can get any. I wanted to do a nice drop swirl. Good thing I wasn't wanting to do in the pot. I think that would have worked very well. All right, so anyway, she's going to have to take her ACT. She's going to take it was rescheduled again for June or July, and we'll see if that actually happens. But officially, she's finished. Although she's still working on some things that she hadn't quite finished yet, but they were all things that she really didn't have to. With homeschool, we have just like with any school, requirements, and she had actually already finished all of her requirements way earlier, but she just had a few things that for history, we use a curriculum right now called Veritas Press, but we've also used one called Tapestry Grace. They're all classic literature based. So she has a couple books that she's been reading that she hasn't finished with yet. Get all that in there. Make a mess in the process. But anyway, she's also been learning how to make soap, but she's trying to decide where she's going to go to college. She is either going to go to get a bachelor's degree in digital art, because she's an artist. She's a sketch artist, although she's been dabbling in watercolors recently. Yeah, I wanted this to be a lot more fluid, but we'll just work with it and swirl it in with a spoon or a spatula or something instead. It's all good. But anyway, so she's trying to decide if she wants to do that, or if she wants to just go to straight art school for animation, which is what she really wants to do. She does a lot of fan art for Star Wars, and that's really her favorite thing. She actually wants to join the 501st, if you've ever heard of that. It's a organization that they do a lot of charity work. They dress up and they have costumes like professional stormtroopers. She wants to design her own costume for that so that she can do charity work and make kids smile, people smile, really. Which I think is really cool. I would never do it, but I guess you have the anonymity, I don't know how you say that, of wearing a mask, so nobody can really see who you are. They're not even allowed to show you who they are when they're in costume. It's like a secret organization. But anyway, so she's trying to decide, and we're trying to help her as much as possible, but let her make that decision. If you remember being 19, things always change and you really don't know exactly. Well, she's not 19 yet, she's only 18. But I remember having no clue. I know a lot of things I wanted to do, didn't have any clue where I would go, and I definitely did not know I would end up doing what I do. Started out college at Florida State, going for a degree in English because I thought I wanted to be a writer. And then we ended up moving back. I ended up moving back to Tampa and started going to the University of South Florida. And my major at first was English, but then I switched to zoology, thinking that maybe I really wanted to be a vet, but Then I got married and had my first daughter and never finished, much to my mother's dismay, but not to mine. I hated school. I loved learning, but I hated taking classes that had absolutely nothing to do with anything I was interested in. I'm gonna see if I can get some white worked into this, but I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. Where is my, oh, there it is. I use this one. I'll see if I can, yeah, it isn't even gonna go anywhere. Put it in the stick blender. Now I'm getting it all over myself too. I'm definitely gonna have to make some notes on this one. My goodness. But things don't always go perfectly, do they? When you're making stuff by hand and trying things that you've never tried before. All right, so I got some of that mixed in to do it a little off. Okay, I got something on myself, so I had to get that off. But anyway, let's I'm gonna do a little, see if I can get this at least a little bit swirled. And we'll have to see how this comes out. Just pull some up from the bottom, push some down. It's not probably going to be the prettiest swirl, but it will work. And I will tap this down on the ground. It's gone in there pretty good. All right, so this was supposed to be a swirl, but we're gonna just put it all on the top instead. And it will, kind of is gonna look like what I had hoped. So we'll see. But anyway, so if you remember being 18, I don't know if you ended up doing what you wanted to do, what you thought you wanted to do at 18. I know I sure didn't. I kind of really did. I took a test in high school. You know how they have the, whatever you're good at, see what careers, you should think about, which is why I ended up getting starting off with an English degree or an English major, because all of my testing said I would be a good teacher, which was not something that I was ever interested in doing. However, as fate should have it, Lord, God had other plans for me, and I ended up homeschooling and ended up being a teacher. Never thought I ever wanted kids either. It wasn't something that I ever thought about or planned for. But again, you never know. Met my husband, and on our very first date, he was talking about having kids. Kind of scared the daylights out of me. Didn't even want to go out with him after that. But my mom and a good friend of mine, Jean, talked me into going out with him again the very next day, because we had already had plans to go. But anyway, we will have been married 24 years in just a couple of weeks from now. All right, so that is in, which is good. Try to clean up the edges a little bit. And then my plan was to do a spoon so we could see the green. So the green would poke through, and looks like we're gonna get to do that. So that's working out. Did get all really thick really quick on me, but turned out okay. So not too bad, totally not unworkable, but to do an intense design, it was kind of, and then I hate to leave this side with nothing, so. Looks like my spoon. A little off down there. A little more. Always gotta mess with it. All right, so that looks good. Run this down to kind of clean off those edges a little bit. Best I can with it being it's really full. All right, so that's it. Anyway, you have to let me know if you ended up doing what you had planned for in college in the comments. And I really think my daughter should, though. She definitely and has an affinity. She's an awesome artist. I'll leave a picture of one of her pieces, and she actually made her first soap the other day. She's kind of been apprenticing, learning how to make soap with me. But we'll be back in 18 to 24 hours to check it out and see what this one looks like on the inside. Okay, so this one gave me fits yesterday, and I don't know how it's going to turn out to look. Definitely not how I had planned it to look, but let's get it cut and we'll see what it looks like. Actually, it smells so good. Oh, and not too bad. Let's see. Looking pretty good, I think. Actually, those swirls got way further down than I thought they were going to. Oh, cool. Yeah, not too bad at all. Here's the top. But I would say this one, even though I'm a bigger fan of like earthier, even like fruity scents, this one is really good. I really like it. I'm gonna have to seal a bar to use in our bathroom because this one is crisp, green, kind of like a grass with grassy notes. Being as we have a ton of bamboo, the fragrance oil was bamboo fragrance oil from Crafter's Choice, which actually after going back and reading the notes, I've discovered that it was noted that it accelerated, but I guess I chose to ignore that. I usually don't purchase any fragrances that say they accelerate, but evidently I ignored it because I wanted to make one. We have so much bamboo on our property. It gives us fits. The goats love it, so it's good for that. It's definitely renewable because it comes back over and over again. Can't get rid of it, so we've kind of embraced it and we use it. I mean, it definitely is a great goat feed. They love it, so it helps us to be more self-sufficient on our property. So we kind of wanted to embrace that bamboo and also do a clean, fresh fragrance for the people in the household who enjoy these. This one would be a great option for, it's very unisex, definitely male or female. Anyone would like these. And if you like crisp, clean, green, fresh scents, this one definitely fits that. I wanted the white to go further down in there, and it kind of, obviously it was going to get hot. I don't see too many little thing right there where I didn't get it pushed down enough, and it did kind of crack on me. Another air pocket down there on the bottom, but nothing too bad. That is the nature of handcrafted, because you never know what you're going to get. Things don't always go exactly as you have planned, but I like the all green. This is really cool. I've never done one that was had so many different greens in it, so I really like it. Cool. So if you enjoy those crisp, earthy scents, earthy as in grass, cool. You can definitely see the different shades of the green in here too. So I think anyone who likes it is going to love this because it's very fresh and bright. All right, so that is it. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the like. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and we do thank you for supporting our farm. It really does help us, and we will catch you later.